that I see in your background. They're so beautiful. I love flowers, so that makes me happy
That's
right
a
away.
very cool painting, isn't it?
Yes, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so very much. Um, I had an opportunity to speak with your wonderful director, Chloe, a few weeks ago. And the first question I asked her is it always her goal to make us cry? And so now I'm going to ask you the same question too. Did you know you were going to make us all cry when you were making this movie?
I think that I definitely hoped that I would make people cry. You know, not in like a meme way. I wanted to share the emotion that I felt in that film while filming. And I wanted to share it with the whole world and help them like see in a different way. Maybe they've had past experiences they haven't got over. Maybe it will help them in their life, which is what I really wanted for people. You know,
Mhm.
they'll cry, but crying is a really important thing in life. And I think that if you cry, it can really help you, which sounds really weird, but it's kind of true at the same time.
It is true. I do cry often. It doesn't mean that it's, over sad things. I cry because
Mm.
I'm overjoyed about
Yeah, like
certain things.
happy,
And it
happy crying. You can do that.
yes, it feels good to let it out every so often. And yes, I was crying quite a bit while I was watching this movie, which felt
Yeah,
good.
me too.
I felt very, cathartic afterward. Like this was a good experience despite
Yeah,
everything. So you did cry too. You were able to feel all of those emotions.
yeah. I really cried. I think that what was so impactful about that film is that you really care about the characters. You really care about Hamnet. And even though I was Hamnet in a way, I think I still felt the same emotion that any audience member would feel. I was so devastated after that film. And I remember my parents, we watched it in a screening, and I remember my parents would come after me going, I love you for a few weeks afterwards, because I think that movie really reminds people of how important family is. And I think that's it. This movie is very important in terms of that.
It is. It's one of the most precious things that we have in our life, all humans. So I think that this movie does such a beautiful job of expressing that. Aside from, and we'll get into that part of the film, but I did want to ask you a little bit about, getting to play a kid and make believe with Jessie and Paul. You have so much love is felt between this family and with their characters. And of course, you as your child and your siblings. I guess I would love to know a little bit about some of those lighter moments, what it was like interacting with them and just bringing that to life.
I think I loved the witches scene,
Mm.
especially as it was an actual surprise for Jessie. So Paul actually like kind of Chloe and Paul worked together to direct it, and then we all just got to wear some random costumes that we that we had, and we all got so excited. And I remember us learning our lines together and being like, oh my god, this is going to be so exciting. And I just remember because it was really in the moment, and it was all like it was more real, which is what made it so special. That scene, it was what made it like really raw almost, because that reaction was Jessie's real reaction. She didn't know that it was coming, which is what was so smart of Chloe to do. And I just remember getting so excited to see what her reaction would be. And when she loved it, we were really happy.
It's so beautiful. I love to hear that because I feel like I would react very similarly too. In general, getting to be in this family with them two and the two other actors who play your siblings, did you feel so close and connected with them throughout the filming of this film? And, now as you're getting to do a lot of these press events with them, do you still feel that family nature between you all?
Yeah, I think when we see each other, we've bonded through the film. We've definitely bonded, as you would in any film where you're playing like friends or family. I think you would really have a close bond because you have to be so intimate with each other, which is really like when you're intimate with someone, you feel more safe around them. I think, which is what makes a tight bond. I think when you open up to someone, it makes a really tight bond, and you can trust them. So I think that when we see each other, it's so exciting because we don't really see each other other than press things. So yeah, it's great because it's just nice to have, the family back together again.
Yes, oh, I love hearing that. Um, Kind of moving gears into, the big day that you had on set, which is, of course, Hamnet's unfortunate end in this film, and one that really brought about a lot of tears and sniffles in the theater that I got to see it in. How did you feel that day of? Did you feel, maybe like a lot of weight was on your shoulders? Did you feel nervous, or did you feel fairly prepared to take it on?
I felt very nervous because I had to let go of this character that I had been building and becoming, almost like being. I had to let go of him, which was really hard. And I had to let go of the family that I was in almost because he dies, which is like, I just remember being so upset by that, and I didn't want him to die because I'd spent so long with him, and I didn't want to stop playing Hamnet anymore.
Mhm.
But what was so special is that I I got to come back at the end, and I remember that day when I found out that I got to come back, I knew that that is how it ended. It allowed all of the family to accept his death in a better way. Like, we didn't have it doesn't have to be so sudden. It can be like a moment that allows him to go and you know not die. But
Mhm. Yeah, it allows everyone to process what happened in a
yeah,
beautiful
I think I
way.
think I think it really helped me because I was so devastated that he was gone. And then I feel like maybe he's not gone, maybe he's in the play of Hamlet. Maybe he's there, which is what which I think is what Shakespeare was trying to do.
He's
In
watching
in the
everyone.
movie, like he's kind of he's in his spirit or something is in the play, his essence or something like that.
He may not physically be there, but he's there in spirit. He's there in his
Yeah,
parents'
yeah,
hearts, in everyone's
yeah,
hearts at that point too.
yeah.
Yes, I think you did such a beautiful job bringing that scene to life, let alone everything up to that moment. I do have
Thank
to
you.
ask, though, there's a lot that is asked of you emotionally and in particular physically, the movements that you're making. How do you prepare for something like that? Did you have things to watch to help you prepare for like specific movements and behaviors that you exhibited in those moments?
I think that being with those people and being intimate and being truthful and honest and sorry, that means the same thing, but just open, I think, is the word that I was looking for. You don't need to prepare as much. I thought I was going to have to really get myself into it, but it was less than I thought because I think that I was just taken on board on this journey, and I think that journey was a massive roller coaster of emotion. And I think once you're on it, you feel those emotions with everyone else. So it's like one big group, and we're all carrying each other, and all the crew and the cast. And I think that was what's so important about this project is that we were all like one big family and we worked together. And I think that's really important on a film set too.
Yes, and hopefully all of you could exhale after that
Yeah,
big
yeah,
long
yeah.
day, because that's a lot to carry within yourself.
I think that I really enjoyed just relaxing and, watching a movie or something. I love watching movies.
Good.
That really helps calm me down after a really long day of work. And I think that it really helps you center yourself to just distract yourself and not think about it and just calm, That really
Yes.
helps at the end of the day.
Yes, I agree. That's exactly what I do for movie watching too. I know you have talked about this in some other interviews, but of course, you had a chance to work with your wonderful brother in this
Yeah.
film, who, in a way, gets to play Hamnet in another
And
way,
then
in a
the form,
different
like you said
essence.
earlier, yeah.
Yes. Um, Is that exciting to be able to share the screen one way or another? Maybe not,
Not
exactly
exactly.
share the screen with your brother, but be in the same movie and kind of see what he gets to do?
It was incredible, honestly. I mean, as soon as I became an actor, I always wanted to do something with my brother because, we are brothers and we could play real brothers or whatever, And I think Hamnet was like the perfect opportunity for that, to be in the same movie. I think, because my brother was filming a project and it wasn't going to work out, but then there was a jumble up of the schedule and he could do it. So then my mum and Chloe called him up and they were like, "Do you want to play Hamlet?" And he said, "Yeah." And then I think I remember just my mum. I remember listening through the tent because I was like, "What are they talking about?" Because I was so excited about what like this secret was that they were discussing. And so I listened through the tent, I heard it, and I just remember jumping up and down on the spot, getting so excited. And then I begged my dad to go and see my brother work on his first day, even though it was like, we weren't working that day. We weren't really supposed to be there. So I just asked him, and he said, "Yeah, let's go." And that was
Uh,
so cool.
It was really fun to see him,
It was so
take
fun.
on a different world of this film.
Yeah. It was so fun to watch my brother again. Like when I was little, I did it, but watch my brother again, not acting and just watching. And I think that was so cool because I didn't think I had done that in a while. Because obviously he's an adult now, so he's been doing loads of projects like without like a chaperone or anything.
Hmm, hmm. And it's just fun to be around your
Yeah,
siblings
it's
and to
just
just
so
see what
fun
they're
to be
like.
down with Noah. Yeah,
No, I love that. I'm so happy that you two got to share that experience finally, and maybe down the line you get to do a little bit more together.
yeah, I would love to. I really hope so at some point. Yeah,
I know that maybe you're not really able to talk about this quite yet, but I did see that you are going to be in this new Exorcist film. You don't have to dive into a whole lot of it because I know you can't, but are you
yeah.
excited to take this on? I know it's another very scary, very intense topic for you.
I'm very very excited,
Good.
and I am very ready to take on this challenge, and I'm really really excited.
Good. Have you already seen the original film and,
I am not allowed.
you're not allowed? Oh no.
No, but we've discussed some things. I'm not allowed to say much. It's-
Okay. Okay, no problem. Well, I'm very excited to see what you can do with this. And in general, I think I also said that you would really like to do something lighter, a comedy, for example. Is
Yeah,
that
no,
still on your
I
list?
really want to do a comedy. I mean, I've been doing either like my entire career. I've either been doing a horror or a thriller or a drama, and I just want to do a comedy now.
You just need to laugh a little bit.
And yeah, I just need to like be funny and relax. Well, I mean, it's not relaxing, but you still got to work. But you don't have to like have so much intensity.
Yes. All of the stuff that you got to do with Jessie and Paul in the beginning of the film, where you're having fun, being a kid, just being around these fun people. We need more of that energy in
Yeah,
future
that'd be
movies.
great. That'd be great.
I suppose, as you think back on this film now, I know like how I've been asking you so many questions about it. What do you take away from this experience and the many different aspects that you got to showcase in this film? What is so meaningful to you after being a part of a project like this?
I think that I learned that that I don't have to feel embarrassed when I'm on set. I think that was a big aspect of it. And I think that I think that being part of that really taught me that, you know, grief and sadness is really important in your life, and you sometimes you have to welcome it. And I think that it's quite hard to, but I think this movie really helps people, well, will help people to welcome grief in a much more, in a better way, because
Mhm.
it's very hard, I think.
And we all go through it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's one of the things that every single person on this planet has to face. And it's different for every different person, but that's okay. We all learn how to move on from that.
Yeah.
I am happy to hear that you know, feel like you're no longer going to feel embarrassed on set. Was that just because, you know, sometimes it's hard to showcase a lot of different emotions as you're
I
playing a
mean,
character?
sometimes like when you have to be intimate with someone, you get quite nervous
I
because you
see.
don't really know them very well,
Right.
like another actor. But I feel like I'm a bit more ready to take that on,
Mhm.
because I know that I can do it now because I did it on Hamnet. So yeah,
And you did it so wonderfully. You really impressed me with this movie. Like I said, I felt so moved by you. I cried. I laughed. I had so many different emotions. So I really congratulate you for an amazing performance in such a beautiful film. And I can't wait to see everything that you get to do from this point on.
thank you so
Of
much.
course, of course. Thank you so much for your time. You're just such a delight.
Thank you.